Okay, that looks like it's recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a developer playthrough of a little indie game I like to call The Beat. I'm Luke Miller, lead developer, and I'm really excited to be here to show you the first part of the game. This is a developer build, so the paint is still very wet on this baby. So I'm pretty sure we won't have any problems. And if we do, I'll just edit them out and you'll never know about them. Um, what's there to say? What is The Beat? Okay, well, it's a sort of detective game, a noirish detective game, where you take on the role of a closeted detective investigating a murder in the gay community, and it's really just trying to sort of tap into what I think is a really interesting scenario. This character who may or may not be in the closet, and he may or may not be gay, and just how that, you know, changes the relationships of the people around him. Whether through his marriage or, the people he works with, or indeed, the other gay guys in the game. It's sort of not a follow up, but I've made sort of gay friendly games in the past. I made a game called My Ex Boyfriend the Space Tyrant a very long time ago, and a follow up to that. Um, the music's kicked in. That's pretty interesting. There's a DJ in the game, like a AI DJ, and it has apparently decided it's time to play some music, but I hope it's not too loud. Um, yeah, so I did a follow-up, Escape from Pleasure Planet. That was also a long time ago, but I'm really excited to be back with another gay-friendly game. So, well, how about we get into it? Wait, let me turn off this thing. Here we go. Here is the opening title. Beautiful statue. Let's get going. What am I doing here? Okay, I'm going to try playing it with the controller. So it's a keyboard mouse game, or trackpad, but also I've made controller support. There we go. Alright, so here we are. I don't know about this music, it's very loud. Let's go into the thing, menu, and turn it down a bit. Alright. I mean, I love the music. One of the great things about this game is actually it's a full original soundtrack. Really sort of industrial, gritty, crunchy noise that I really love. But of course, it's not conducive to a developer talking over it, playthrough. So I'll just mute a bit. Here we have the very first scene of the game. You're in the bathroom of your home. This is you, you're the main character, Leo, policeman. We used a variety of techniques in this game that I'm really excited about to kind of give it a feel, like a sort of noirish feel. Photogrammetry for all the locations, which is where we kind of deliberately where you go to a place and you scan it, but we kind of let the algorithm garble it in a really sort of organic way. So, we talk about glitch art or stuff like that. There's an element of that to this game. For various reasons. Like, I don't want to go too much into the backstory of it, especially so early on, but here we are. It's a 3D game, unlike the earlier games of 2D. And here we go. So the basic gameplay loop of the Beat is that it's turn-based, and so it takes place over 6 days, and each day there's about 6 or 7 or 8 time zones. Morning, daytime, afternoon, and at the end of each turn, you pick where to go, and the AI will always try and give you interesting choices. One of the things I'm really excited about this game is the AI. Maybe we'll talk about that later. First up, we have a little bit of cosmetic changes. You can see cap, uniform. Yeah, if you ever wanted to play as a police person, now's your opportunity. And you can turn and toggle on your wedding ring, which may or may not affect how other people treat you in the game. Let's play it with the beard on. Alright, close. So here we have, yeah, I guess our first decision to make is where we want to go. Because it's day one, you're on rails a little bit. We'll go home and we'll meet Emma. Here we have our beautiful homestead with, clues that maybe you are in or out of the closet. I don't know. Let's talk to Emma.
"Where were you last night?" she said. I could ask you the same thing, I thought. I miss you. It was bad between us and only going to get worse.
So already we've got a bit of a feel for, where Leo is in his, I guess, personal life. He's going out late at night. Maybe he's been, well, we don't know where he's been or what he's doing. I guess that's part of the mystery. So it's not like a visual novel or anything like that. It's actually sort of a bit more involved. At the end of each turn, you get a bunch of notifications. So, for example, we've reached a new location, which is home. Close that. What have we got? We've met a new character, Emma. We've got a relationship update. So we've slept with Emma, and Emma slept with us, and Emma's left the scene. And also we've got a calendar update. Jackson has invited us to meet at the beach in the next time zone. Alright, that seems pretty... Oh yeah, you get messages from other characters. You get this message app. Yep, we already saw that. You've got your calendar. So a big part of the game is about making appointments and receiving requests from other characters, and you can go and meet them at that appointment or that requested time, or you can skip it, and maybe that'll have ramifications as well. As I said, your choices really matter in this game. It's not a branching narrative, it's actually a sort of self-assembling narrative, whatever that means. Okay. We've got a torch. Not very interesting. Yes. If we go on, let's talk about Brofinder. So there is a dating app in the game called Brofinder, which is really there as a contrast to the beat. So a beat is Australian slang for a place where men cruise other men for sex, and I guess I find it hilarious that a beat is also the slang for where a policeman patrols. I think that's related. Just sort of tapping into that. And so you've got this sort of mysterious place, and to contrast it, you've got a Brofinder app. And in it, you can kind of set your preferences. Side, top, versatile, ace, bottom. Let's go versatile. And if during the game you have an encounter with another character, what you've picked in Brofinder will affect how you're treated in that encounter, or how you treat them, I suppose. You've got to be delicate when you talk about these things sometimes. Okay, let's move on to the next scene. Dead man, Jackson. Your co-worker Jackson is expecting you at the local beach. A body's been found. Okay, let's go there. Alright, here we have the beach location. Another wonderful photogrammetry set of a location in Melbourne. All the scenes in the game, which are based on real locations, have a real queer history, gay history especially. This is Black Rock Beach, and in the 70s, the police would go undercover here and pretend to be gay so they could arrest people. It's pretty hilarious. Here's Jackson.
Big weekend? You look like shit. He grinned. Not as bad as this guy, though. Jackson's arms were looking massive today. Saves us a bullet, right? Joking. I'm joking. Jesus. No point us both hanging around. Not for a suicide. I can finish up here. He was strangely insistent. I'll meet you back at the station.
Okay, yeah, so this day one is really all about setting up the mystery of who might be the murderer. And so Jackson is your co-worker, and, he's not a particularly nice person. But we'll find out more about him later in the game, I suspect. Alright, let's see what we've got this turn. Yep, new location. New character. Appears to trust Leo. He appears to trust you. Maybe he doesn't actually trust you. mean, that depends. And a bunch of calendar updates. I have to click the calendar. Yep. Oh, so Emma is... Jackson's invited us to work. And Emma's invited us home for dinner. And Emma's also told us about when she's working. So as you can see, as the game progresses, the calendar slowly fills out with appointments and requests. And the AI will, really try and shift the characters around to kind of keep it an interesting story. Because it's day one, it doesn't really have much to work with yet. Let's go back to work. Jackson's not there, but we've got this fellow. I love this. I love the set. This is what I mean about this sort of noirish kind of. It's almost like a stage or a theater, and it's a real location. But the algorithm has kind of only created the stuff that it thinks is important, and has kind of garbled the rest. Yeah, it's really nice. All right, here, let's talk to this fellow, Ash.
Have you just come from the beat? I'm worried about my friend, Rabbit. Callum, but everyone calls him Rabbit. There's a rumour at the beach. His eyes searched my face. He was afraid for his life. It was a mistake to come here. I just want you to know. It wasn't my fault.
The killer. The killer taunts you throughout the game. Oh, I'm handsome. That's nice. Come to the bar tonight. Alright. Yeah, so as you can see, we've got upcoming encounters. A new one, meet Jackson at the gym. We've still got the one to meet Emma at home tonight, and the killer wants to also meet us up tonight. So we've already got, the AI has tried to give us a clash, to try and tempt us, really. Good detective, so new location. What have we got? New character, Ash. Yep. So one of the things that might happen in a turn is you get different notifications. So the heart means you get a relationship update, like a relationship's changed. In this case, Ash appears to like Rabbit. Rabbit's the victim. That's his nickname. And the little fire symbol is a motivation update. So each character has a motivation. And depending on what motivation they've got at the time, is you have an option to sort of follow that path down. But Ash is a bit of a homme fatale. His motivations are unclear. Beautiful Ash. Who's left? Alright. Where to next? Let's go to the community center. Not that we have a choice on day one, really. Alright, so this is a real place down in Melbourne. That's Anthony. It's a gym. They've got these sort of limbo characters that might be in the background of the scene. You can't really do anything with that. There's your co-worker. As I said, it's a gay-friendly game, so there is a bit of skin. It is what it is. Alright, Anthony, hello.
Your partner is a murderer. I'm sure of it. No, not Emma. She's great. I meant your co-worker over there. I won't let you file this one away as a suicide. Rabbit fell in with a bad crowd at that bar. I know trouble when I see it. And I saw it there. I try to save them, but this time I failed. I won't talk about it to the police, especially straight ones. Does that make me prejudiced? I don't care. Every time I see that badge, my arm aches.
So yeah, that was Anthony. He's a sort of community activist. He's an older guy. He's got a history with the police. As I said, everyone in the game has a motivation for being the murderer, and it's up to you to kind of, unravel who you think it might be. We've met your wife, who's very unhappy with you at the moment, and we've met your partner, who seems to want to cover up that it was a murder, and we met Anthony, who clearly has a chip on his shoulder just about the police in general. Um, yeah, so I hope they're interesting characters if you do decide to play it. So here we have our first time where we've got to make a choice. So day one, it's a little bit on rails, but as it opens up, you get more and more options. Um, here we have an option to go home because it's evening time. We can go home for dinner with Emma because she requested that. We can go to the beach where the beat is and talk to Anthony. Who knows what he's going to say? Or we can go to the bar where the killer has invited us to go. But as you notice, that will clash with the request from Emma. And if we go to have dinner with Emma, that will clash with the killers asking us to go to the bar. One of the things I really like about this game, or I'm proud of this game, is that I used a retro programming language from the 70s to do the AI called Prologue. And one of the things that it's good for is this sort of murder mystery style logic. So I think that's something that makes this game a little bit different to other games, or stands out a little bit, is that the AI is just a little bit... It will behave a bit differently to what you might be expecting. I'm just going to take a drink. I mean, this video may be making no sense, you know, because I'm very close to the material. So I'm either zooming through it, or I'm going interminably slow through it, and just sort of throwing stuff out there that doesn't make any sense. That's up for you to decide. But I'm having a great time. It's really wonderful to see it all come together. As you can see on some of these options, it will tell you which character it advances. And because there are certain narratives in the game you can follow, the game will let you know when that option kind of has a bit of meat behind it. Because there's a lot of world building in the game, but if you really want to follow and sort of be mercenary about the paths you take, you've also got that option. Let's go to the bar. One of the things about going to the bar is, you know, if you go to the gay bar late at night, that kind of will devalue the idea that Leo is straight and will kind of push him a little bit further out of the closet. Yeah, here we go. This is our gay bar. We got to go to a real gay bar in Melbourne. And this is our Ash character. We used motion capture, you know, something that I think is really cool. Sort of combining with that sort of noirish photogrammetry. We also got to do some really raw motion capture stuff, which is pretty rare for an indie. You know, one of the big inspirations for this game is this sort of movement called Dogma 95 from filmmaking, which is sort of this idea that you just go to a place and whatever you find there is what you use in your film. Like, you can't take props, you can't take lights, you know, you can't sort of fake it. And for a while I've sort of been going, what would that look like in a game version? And I think, you know, a lot of the techniques we used in this game were just kind of like, what will the algorithm give us? Like, if we auto rig the models, what will that give us? You know, if we just put a motion capture suit on a person and don't clean up the mocap, what will that look like? And so you kind of get this really nice sort of glitchy weirdness, which kind of suits the mood, I think. All right, let's keep going.
Ash is good, isn't he? He knows how to work a crowd. You hear about Rabbit, aren't you? He missed his shift last night. Thomas, he's the boss, wants to see you. Upstairs. You better get going. Nobody gets a second invitation. Maybe don't look at Ash that way in front of the boss, you know?
Alright, this is Dylan, our bartender. He's the youngest guy in the game. He's just moved down from the country, kicked out of home. I guess he wears his heart on his sleeve. Very impressionable. You know, very trusting as well, which may get him in trouble later on in the game. It may get you in trouble later on in the game, depending on how you play it. Yeah, here we have, I just think it's really nice to sort of play around in and look at. Yes, if you've ever wanted to go to a gay bar and like walk behind the counter, now's your option. Going to these sort of forbidden places. Oh, and because we missed our rendezvous with Emma, she's upset. In fact, we won't go to the next level just yet. Next turn, let's just have a look around. Yep, new bar, new character Dylan. Notice he's jealous of Ash, who's the dancer. New character Thomas is the owner of the bar. He got mentioned. And we got a message from Emma because we missed. I know you don't care, you've destroyed me. Yes, so you're going to have to do some work to patch that up, really. Basically, if you're going to a gay bar when your partner has asked you to come home to have a heart-to-heart, it probably means the relationship's in bad shape. In fact, yeah, and there you go. Your relationship with Emma has been updated. You've betrayed her. You can come back from that, though. It's, one of the things about the game is that it, I'm not saying there's infinite paths, but there's a lot of options, especially if you're willing to sort of make a lot of appointments. Let's meet the boss. Another nice room. Where are they? There they are.
Where's our regular guy? He's here about Rabbit. I had nothing to do with that.
There's a lot of clues and breadcrumbs in a lot of the dialogue. I'm kind of glossing over the actual mystery part of the game on day one because that's up for you all to discover, I guess. But there's been a lot of breadcrumbs laid.
I don't want any trouble. If anything, I'm the victim. I'm down a dancer.
He said, where's our regular cop? Who could that be? It's, co-worker, just between you and me. It's Jackson. But what's he, why is he regular at a gay bar? Is it because he's in the closet himself, or is he on the take? Whatever. Exciting.
If you know anyone. He paused as if waiting for a reaction. Did you like the show? Our eyes locked. I looked away. Maybe I'll see you around, he said.
Oh, and Dylan, who's the bartender, it turns out he likes us, I think. Yes, appears to like you. Yeah, so, day one, it's basically set up a bunch of threads for us to follow. As you can see in the calendar, we can see where we've been throughout the day. We can replay the dialogue.
Big weekend? You look not as bad.
But we'll skip through all that. Yep.
I'll meet you back at the station.
Yeah. What else can we do? I mean, I don't want to play past day one. I just thought I'd give you all a little flavor of what the game looks like. And just show off how excited I am. You can make appointments. So we want to meet up with Dylan at the laundrette tomorrow. We'll do that. Done. Too easy. And that will give us, options, I guess. Yeah. There we go. That's day one of the beat. What else is there to say? I feel like I should be giving, a big spiel about it, but it is what it is. I'm very excited. I hope you enjoyed this little peek at it, and if you're really interested in it, please buy it or wishlist it. Leave a review, good or bad, just leave an honest review, would really help me out. We're on Discord, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, whatever that is. No, we know what TikTok is. Yeah, I don't want to go, but we're going to go. So thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see more of you. All right. Let's let that go.